Today, a new test branch has appeared in Counter-Strike 2, allowing you to try out bunny hopping. Finally, after 3 failed updates in a row, the developers realized that it's not necessary to release every update to the public right away. I'll tell you whether they managed to fix Bunnyhop, which has been broken for several days now, what caused it to be broken in the first place, what issues still remain unresolved, and also about the things that were added with the big update but never mentioned by the developers. This video will be interesting, put a like right now and let's get started. We begin with the changelog for today's update, but it turns out there is no changelog simply because the update wasn't made public. Moreover, the developers didn't even post about today's update on their official Twitter account. You can't see it, but the update is real. To access it, right-click on your Counter-Strike 2 in Steam, go to Properties, select the Betas tab, and under Beta Participation choose the branch called B-Hopping. Don't worry, your entire game won't start re-downloading, it's just a small patch around 15 megabytes, and once you launch the game we can test what's changed. But first, let's take a look at how Bunnyhop looked before today's changes to the test branch, and honestly, it looked like... Actually, this was still slightly better than on the very first day when the big animation update dropped. Back then, bunny hopping was completely broken. Right now, on the stable branch it kind of works, and we'll check out the test version in just a bit. On the stable branch, even getting 2 consecutive jumps is very difficult. Now we'll do what I mentioned earlier. Switch over to the test branch and see how Bunnyhop has changed. I almost forgot to mention, you should have paid attention to the velocity value in the previous test, which you can find in the top left corner. But honestly, considering I couldn't even push off the ground, there wasn't much point in looking at velocity anyway. So after this update, judging by my own impressions as well as those of other players and YouTubers who focus on Bunnyhop content, this test branch slightly improved the situation. It's not back to how it used to be, and it's not better than before, but it is slightly better than the current state on the main branch. Take a look at my Bunnyhop results. I'm not saying I'm doing it perfectly, but back when Bunnyhop wasn't broken by the big animation update, I was able to do it pretty well in Counter-Strike 2. Now on the test branch, I can at least push off the ground and do multiple jumps in a row, but for some reason I am unable to maintain the necessary speed, so as a result, bunny hopping is actually slower than just running forward with a knife. Of course, if you use the console command for auto bunny hop, it'll work perfectly and you'll reach 300 velocity, but that obviously doesn't reflect real bunny hopping that's done manually. Still, we now have access to some movement options like this bunny hop from the bench, although here I didn't chain the jumps properly. If anyone watching this video can replicate that exact jump with consecutive bounces, feel free to mention it in the comments. Let me know if it works well for you on the new test branch, because doing it on the main branch is way harder. In the news there's actually been a bit of a stir about this test branch, with people claiming that Valve drastically improved Bunnyhop and made it super fast, but personally I didn't feel that at all. Yes, some recommend locking your FPS to 60 to improve the situation, but in my experience that doesn't help at all. At the beginning of the video, I promised to explain why this problem is happening, why we can't properly push off the ground. And according to various sources, this issue started after the animation update because of Subtic. The Subtic system struggles to process a large number of inputs, your key presses, mouse movements, turning the camera and so on. Too many inputs happen in a single tick and the game simply doesn't register some of them. This mostly happened at high FPS. Still, I'm glad the devs finally thought of creating a test branch. If they had done this earlier, they could have avoided problems like the bomb you couldn't pick up during a tournament or this bug that came after yesterday's update. I talked about that one in my previous video, so I won't go into detail again now. Naturally, on the stable branch we didn't receive any updates, so all those issues remain, like the bug I just mentioned and also the problem with glitchy player models. Now let's move on to the things that were added with the big update, but that we may not have noticed. In one of my previous videos I talked about the reduced head bobbing. That's one of those subtle changes I'm referring to. To give you an idea of the kind of details I mean, Thor, for example, pointed out that grenade models got bigger. He recorded this comparison showing the difference before and after the update. Look at how small the flashbang was before and how big it became afterward. This applies to all grenades, which definitely improves their visibility on the ground. making them easier to spot and pick up. It's a nice little update that Valve never officially mentioned. There's also a tiny detail. The font on the bomb keypad changed. Here's how it looked before and here's how it looks now. The font is now more authentic and fitting for the device. Yeah, now I get irrationally annoyed when the terrorist presses the wrong button, like hitting 4 instead of 5. This next bit isn't exactly hot news anymore, but back on July 30th it was reported that a large number of cheats stopped working. I can't say for sure how accurate that was, but enough time has passed, and I think the issue was just due to the game version changing. Most likely within those 2 days since the news dropped, cheats have already started working again. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. And the last bit of news for today, there's now a game out there that copies CS2 skins and allows item trading. We've seen this kind of scam before, but now it's happening again. If you pay close attention to the name of the game, you'll notice that the butterfly knife is not from CS2, but from another game entirely. So be careful and always double check what people are sending you in trades. Games like this usually get banned by Valve pretty quickly, and this one will likely face the same fate. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching the video to the end. This was a reveal. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Good luck to everyone, take care and see you all in the next damn video.